Namaste, welcome all of you again. This is our ninth lecture in the series of online lectures. See, this is just the suggestion for the students who have not seen my earlier lecture. See, you will be able to understand my lectures if you have seen my earlier lectures. If you have seen my lecture number 8 before watching this lecture, then please understand this is a continuation. Okay, this journey is a continuation towards the success. Okay. So you have to watch my earlier lectures also. This is just the suggestion for your better understanding. Now let's start this day with the interesting thing. In my last lecture I had given the quiz. If the trial balance contains only trade expenses are given in the trial balance, okay, then where it will be recorded, when it will be shown. Either on the debit side of profit and loss account, credit side of profit and loss account, balance sheet asset side or balance sheet liability side. Obviously, trade expenses, okay, means it must be shown to the debit side of profit and loss account. Okay. Now let's see how many students has given the correct answer. Very good. 4 students has given the correct answer. 4 comments are there. Harsh option A, Shawnee option A, Miss Nevgi option A, Aniket Varanzo option A. Very good. All of the 4 students has given the correct answer. Now let's see who has given the first, who solved it first. Very good. It's Harsh. Okay, very good Harsh. Harsh is the student who has solved the first. We are learning bookkeeping and accountancy standard 12. We are learning lesson number 1, that is introduction to partnership and partnership final accounts. We have seen all these many things, these many points, and we have already learned all these points. Okay, now what we are learning these days, how to find out financial result of the business, means how to prepare the financial accounts. Okay, see, there are 2 methods of capital accounts and we have already seen them. What we learnt in our last lecture, partnership final accounts, hidden adjustments from point number 21 to 23, hidden adjustments and their effect. And what we are going to learn today, we are going to learn partnership final account and we are going to solve illustration number 1, which is given in the book from page number 23 to 27. Okay, this is the illustration number 1. See, final account consists of trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, we get the gross profit or gross loss from trading account. We get net profit or net loss from profit and loss account. Okay, that profit, whatever profit or net profit or net loss we get, we carry it to the balance sheet. Okay, and distribute it with the partners. Okay, and what we come to know from the balance sheet, that is the financial position on a particular day. Okay, whatever you have learnt in standard 11 and in our earlier topic, you have to remember it, continue. What we learned, adjustments in final accounts. Okay, and we have to see different adjustments in final accounts, and what we have to learn, how to post them. How to post them means when to debit and when to credit an account. Okay, now let's move to our first illustration. It is of Daya and Kshama. I will read it out, don't worry. I hope that you have already drawn this ruling. Okay, I had told you to draw one more column for posting. Okay, we will post, we will mention over here, record over here where it will be posted. Okay, I hope that you have already drawn this one more column in your book, that is for posting. But first of all, let's understand some rules for posting, that is rules for adjustments regarding bad debts, RDD, that is reserve for doubtful debts, discount and reserve for discount on debtors and creditors. So what should be done for these items, these adjustments we will see. First of all, these are the very important adjustments, so you have to remember it forever, because these would be required everywhere. So these are the very important adjustments. Okay, see, bad debts. See, bad debts are given in the trial balance. Okay, what you have to do, you have to add some things to the bad debts. You have to add these many things, you have to add to the bad debts. What is added? See, these are the formula, so you have to always remember like this. What is added to the bad debts? The new bad debts. The new bad debts which are given in the adjustments are added. Okay, new or further bad debts, if it is given that is further bad debts, so new bad debts are added to the bad debts. Okay, and what is again added? New RDD, that is reserve for doubtful debts, it is also given in the adjustment, that is also added. Okay, see, for that I have given the different color. Okay, adjustment, whatever is given in the adjustment, it is added to the bad debts. Okay, see, we have to write the bad debts over here. We have to add the further bad debts amount, we have to add the new reserve for doubtful debts amount, and this figure, this amount we will get. And from this amount, what we have to deduct? See, we have to deduct old reserve for doubtful debts. Okay, that is reserve for doubtful debts which is given in the trial balance. For that I have given the blue color. See, whatever is given in the trial balance, that you have to deduct. Okay, so old RDD you have to deduct. Okay, and this much of amount of final doubtful debts you will, bad debts you will get. Okay, to the bad debts which are given to the trial balance, you have to add new things which are given in the adjustments. See, both the things which are given in the adjustments, see, these two things you have to add. Okay, add new bad debts and new reserve for doubtful debts, and you have to deduct old RDD, which has been given, that you have to deduct. What does this mean? Why you have to deduct the old RDD? What it means? See, old RDD means in our last year we had assumed this much of amount of debtors which we had kept reserve. This much of amount of debtors we had kept reserve in last year, that is old. Okay, but this much of debtors did not come to be true. Okay, so we had made the provision for the debtors for this much of amount last year, but they didn't come to be debtors this year. Okay, so we have to deduct that much of amount. Okay, and this would be your final amount. Similarly, discount, we may get discount. Okay, we may give the discount. Okay, so the new discount which is given in the adjustment, that you have to add. New reserve for discount on debtors you have to add to the discount in profit and loss account. Okay, and you have to deduct old reserve for discount on debtors, that is old balance which is given in the trial balance, you have to deduct. Okay, for the discount. Then what does this mean by discount? See, by discount means this is an income, okay, or gain which we got from our creditors, right? We had to pay but we didn't pay and they give us some discount. Okay, so that discount amount will come over here. See, then new reserve for discount on creditors, if any there, if we assume that we may not give this much of amount, okay, or we may get another discount, okay, on creditors, that is new value, that is added. Okay, whatever is in the adjustment, that is added. Okay, to whom? To the discount, and this final figure will come, and you have to deduct if any old reserve for discount on creditors is given. Old is given in the trial balance, you have to deduct it. Okay, so this should be your final amount of, this is your final amount of discount. See, very important adjustments are given over here. Very important adjustments. Okay, see, regarding bills receivable, bills payable, bad debts, RDD and discount, and reserve for discount on debtors. What does this mean, RDD? Let's see. See, first of all, if bills receivable are given, okay, and whatever amount of bills receivable is there, you have to mention over here in the amount column. But if the bills receivable are dishonored, means the customer who had accepted the bills has dishonored now. It didn't pay the honor to the bills which he had accepted. Okay, but so we didn't get that much of amount. Okay, so that much of amount of bills receivable dishonored, whatever amount of dishonored it is, we have to deduct it. Okay, less bills receivable less the amount which has been dishonored. So what we will get? We will get this final amount of bills receivable. Okay, then if this is given in the adjustment, then you have to make it two entries. See, this is the first entry of bills receivable dishonored, and where we will go its second entry, second recording. See, to the sundry debtors, you have to add bills receivable dishonored. You have to add over here. You had deducted from here, but you have to add over here. What does this mean? See, bills receivable are the customer who had accepted the bills, and we were assuming that we will receive that much amount. Okay, that's why we have considered them as bills receivable. Okay, but they didn't pay anyhow, so that much amount has been dishonored. But those are the debtors itself. Any day they have to pay, right? Those are the debtors. Though they dishonored now, they have to pay us some another day, right? So that much of amount we have to add over here, right? Whatever they didn't pay now, they have to pay someday, right? So that much of amount which they dishonored now, in the future they have to pay. In the near future they have to pay. So again that much amount will be added to the bills receivable dishonored. Okay, and if any unrecorded sales are there, then also those are added. Okay, unrecorded sales. Then what is deducted? Drawings mistakenly included in sales. If any drawings are done by the partner, and if those were included in the sales, then you have to deduct that much of amount. Fixed assets are sold and those are by mistakenly included in sales, that also you have to deduct. If any other incomes are treated as sales, then that also you have to deduct from here. So you will get this final amount, that is called as other adjustments. Add or less other adjustments. Add these many things and less these many items. Okay, add or less other adjustment. After doing the other adjustment, you will get this figure of sundry debtors. Now, if new bad debts has been given, further on new bad debts has been given in the adjustment, then that much amount you have to deduct from here. Deduct from this amount of sundry debtors. Then, if it is also said that you have to reserve for doubtful debt at a specific percentage you have to reserve. Okay, a new provision for bad and doubtful debts has to be given. Then that much of amount, whatever is amount is given, that much of percentage of reserve is to be calculated on this amount. Okay, on this amount of debtors you have to calculate that much of percentage of amount as a new reserve. Okay, that much of new reserve you are keeping against the debtors. Okay, so you will get this amount. You will have to deduct this amount from this amount, so you will get one figure over here. Then if it is again said that new reserve for discount on debtors, okay, you are assuming that you will give new discount on debtors, so that much amount you have to reserve. Okay, reserve that much of amount, as you will consider that you will give the discount to the debtors. That whatever percentage amount has been given, that percentage you have to calculate on this amount. Okay, so this is the last entry, and after deducting this amount from this amount, you will get the final amount of sundry debtors. See, this is the final amount of sundry debtors. Okay, again you have, these are the very important adjustments, so you have to pause the window after watching this video and write down all the adjustments over there in your notebook and do by heart to them. See, then liability side, bills payable less bills payable dishonored, means we didn't pay that much of amount of bill, so the bills, so that much of amount of bills will get dishonored, so we will get this amount, final amount of bills payable. Okay, then bills payable dishonored means we had to pay to the creditors, we had accepted the bills but we didn't pay. Okay, so for now, for the time being, the liability of bills payable has been decreased, but because we didn't pay. but that is a liability for us. We have to pay it someday. So that much of amount will again come to sundry debtors, sundry creditors, sorry. Okay, that much amount will again come to sundry creditors. Bills payable dishonored. Okay, then if any unrecorded purchases are also there, then you have to add that much amount to this sundry creditors amount. Okay, see, bills payable dishonored we have taken, then unrecorded purchases, so we will get this amount. So then you have to deduct other purchases mistakenly included in purchases. For example, you have purchased something, the partnership business has purchased something, it may be for operational of the business. Okay, then those purchases must be deducted, that much of amount must be deducted. For example, some stationery you have purchased. Okay, so that the purchase of stationery doesn't come to the purchases, so you have to deduct that much of amount. Okay, you have to deduct. Then purchases of fixed asset treated as purchases. For example, the business has purchased some fixed asset and by mistakenly it is included in purchase, so unnecessarily the amount will show higher value of the purchase. That is the wrong thing. So you have to deduct whatever mistake you have committed, that much of amount of fixed asset value you have to deduct from here. Okay, then if any other expenses are treated as purchases, if you have committed any other mistakes, okay, expended some expenses, then you have to deduct that much of amount. Okay, and you have to calculate new reserve for discount on debtors, new reserve for discount on creditors on this amount. Okay, and this will be your final amount of creditors. Okay, this is your final amount of creditors. Now let's see how to do the adjustments. Daya and Kshama are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 1:1. Means equally they will share their profits and losses because that is a partnership business. Okay, Daya and Kshama are the two partners. From the following trial balance and additional information, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and balance sheet as on that day. Okay, now I had already told to make the columns like this, that is I had already told to do the ruling. Okay, like this, so it will be easy for us to do the posting. Okay, now let's see, now let's read the problem and at the same time we'll do the posting, we'll do the marking. Okay, we'll do the marking over here, so it will be easy for posting. Okay, we'll do the marking. Okay, now let's see, stock 1/4/2018. Okay, see, our financial year ends on 31st March 2019. It means this is an opening stock. Okay, so opening stock will go to the trading account debit side. Okay, these are my words. Okay, TD means trading account debit side, TC means trading account credit side, PD means profit and loss account debit side, PC means profit and loss account credit side, A for asset and L for liability. Okay, these are the shortcuts. So the stock given on 1st April 2018, it is an opening stock. Okay, so trading account debit side. Bills receivable asset, wages and salaries trading account debit side. See why? Wages and salaries, in wages and salaries the first word is wages, so obviously it will go to the trading account debit side. I had already taught you. Sundry debtors asset, right? Bad debts, see, bad, for solving the problems all related regarding the bad debts and all, you have to follow the formula. Okay, the formula which I just taught you. So for the bad debts you have to write it as per formula. F for formula, PDF means what? PDF. F for formula. Which formula? The formula of bad debts, where we have to record profit and loss account debit side as per the formula. Okay, Then purchases will go to the trading account, debit side. Motor car, asset. Machinery, asset. Audit fees. What is meant by audit fees? See, in the partnership business or in every business there is an accountant. So the accountant maintains the books, okay, keeps the books, but all the books at the end of the year the company has to prepare the final accounts, okay, prepare the reports, financial reports. Who prepares the financial reports? Chartered accountant, okay. But the accountant has kept all the books, the accountant keeps the books. So whatever books, whatever accounts has been kept, a person comes from the office of the CA, or and that person is called as auditor, okay. So auditor comes to check your books of accounts, okay. So this person is called as auditor. So whatever fees has been paid to the auditor are called as audit fees, okay. So this is an operational expense, okay. So it will go to the profit and loss account, debit side. Sales return. What is meant by sales return? See, we had sold some items to somebody, and those people, those debtors has returned us some goods, okay. So whatever the amount of that goods, you have to deduct from the sales. That's why I have written minus is. Minus is means you have to deduct that much amount from sales. Then discount. See, discount is given on the trading debit side of the trial balance. See, this is the debit side. Discount is given on the debit side of the trial balance. So it means this discount is our expense, we or loss, because it is shown on the debit side of trial balance. Always remember these things. Means we have to write, note it to the profit and loss account, debit side, because this is the discount expense we have given to somebody, okay. So it will go to the profit and loss account, debit side. Building is an asset, cash at bank, asset, 10% investment, asset. Why asset? Then what is the hidden adjustment? See, in my earlier lecture I had told you, for this kind of adjustment, this kind of entry which is given in the trial balance, see, 10% investments. What does this mean? It means we have investment with some financial institution, okay. We have some money kept in financial institution, okay, and obviously we will get the interest on that money, on that investment, okay. So what will we get? We will get the interest at the rate of 10%. We will get the interest at the rate of 10% from that investment. See, is there any entry on the credit side that we have received that interest? No, right? There is no any entry on the credit side that we have received the interest. What does this mean? The interest of entire year, the interest of all the 12 months at the rate of 10% is due on this much of investment. So what this is called as hidden adjustment. This is an hidden adjustment. So what we have to do for this hidden adjustment? There are again two effects, right? The first effect, 10% investment, then its interest which is accrued, right? Interest at the rate of 10% for the entire year has been accrued, but it is not yet received by us. So obviously that much of amount of interest will go to the asset side, okay. It is an asset for us, okay, accrued interest. And what where its second effect will go, it will go to the profit and loss account, credit side, okay, because it is other income, okay. It is other income, though it is not received, we have to show it. Next, advertisement paid for 9 months. See, what is advertisement? Basically an expense, so it will go to the profit and loss account, debit side. And what it is written? Paid for 9 months means 3 months of, see, generally we have to pay for 12 months for an entire year. It is given in the bracket that is it paid for 3 months, means 3 months paid for 9 months, means 3 months advertisement expense is yet to be paid by us, okay. 3 months advertisement expense is yet to be paid by us, so it is a liability for us, okay. We have to pay to the person who is showing our advertisement, okay, who is displaying the advertisement. So 3 months expense, okay, whatever charges we have to pay, so it is a liability. Okay, and that much of amount of 3 months we have to add to the advertisement expenses in the profit and loss account debit side. To the advertisement expenses profit and loss account debit side. Then royalties. What is meant by royalties? The royalties which are, see, it is given in the, only royalties is given. It means the royalties which may be given on the manufacturing, trading or packaging. Okay, this much of amount. If it would be have given that royalties on sales, that means that amount will come to the profit and loss account. If it is given as royalties on sales, then it will go to the profit and loss account debit side. Here only royalties is given, means royalties on manufacturing, okay, or packing, production. So that much of amount will go to the trading account debit side because it is only royalties. Then general reserve, you know very well, it is a liability. Amount kept aside, okay, for the contingencies is called as a general reserve. It is a liability for the business. Then capital, Daya and Kshama, that will go to the liability side. Partners capital, PCL means partners capital in the liability side. Partners capital in the liability side, Daya and Kshama. Then creditors are liability. Reserve for doubtful debts. See, reserve for doubtful debts are given on the right side, on the credit side of trial balance. Remember forever. If it is given on the credit side of the, it is the credit side of the trial balance, then we have to record it as per the formula, of bad debts, right? As per the formula of bad debts which I have already learned. This RDD which is given on the credit side of the trial balance, always remember, the RDD which is given on the credit side of the trial balance, we have to record it as per the formula of bad debts. Where? On the profit and loss account debit side. See, bad debts we have recorded the profit and loss account debit side. So this RDD also we have to record as per the formula, as per the rules in the profit and loss account debit side. As per the formula. Sales. See what is sales? Sales will go to the trading account credit side. Then outstanding wages, of course liability. Purchases returns. What does this mean? We had purchased something from somebody and we have returned them. Okay, so purchases return. This adjustment will go to the purchases. Okay, this adjustment will go to the, this much of amount will get deducted from the purchases. So we have to make one mark over here for the purchases, that we have to remember, that we have to deduct this amount from purchases. Similarly, sales return have to deduct from sales. Okay, sales return have to deduct from sales. So immediately make the adjustment, mark something over here. Then discount. See, discount is given on the credit side. It means we have received a discount. So we have received a discount, so discount will go to the profit and loss account credit side. Okay, see, always remember one thing, whatever is given on the debit side of trading account will either be a debit side of trading account or profit and loss account or asset. Okay, or if it is given on the credit side of trial balance, it would be either profit, it would be either trading account credit side or profit and loss account credit side, or it will be a liability, either liability or profit and loss account credit side or trading account credit side. Here either trading account debit side or profit and loss account debit side or asset. Here it will be asset and here it will be liability. Here it would be trading or profit and loss account, but for both debit side. Okay, and here either liability, or the items may be of either of liability or trading or profit and loss account credit side. Okay, now let's see the remaining adjustments. So these are the adjustments and hidden adjustments we have seen. Now see, for the adjustment and additional information, what we have to do. See, closing stock. See, for the closing stock, no any adjustment, no any entry, related entry is over here, right? For the closing stock, no any related entry over is there. So closing stock we don't have to mark anywhere. We just have to write right here. Closing stock, the two entries, where we will record on the two places. First it is asset, okay, closing stock is an asset and it will also go to the trading account credit side. We have to also mention on the trading account credit side, right? Then depreciate building and machinery, depreciate, okay, at the rate of 5% and 3% respectively. What does this mean? We have to depreciate building at 5% and machinery at 3%. Okay, so this is a depreciation. So where we will record the depreciation? Profit and loss account debit side, because it is purely an expense or loss. So first entry would be profit and loss account debit side. Okay, and so second entry, that much of amount of depreciation value will get deducted, will get reduced, right? The return of value will come. So that much of amount of depreciation value we have to deduct from asset. Okay, so we'll mark the two things. First of all, depreciation, amount of depreciation we have to mark in profit and loss account debit side on the respective items. What is the respective item? Building. Okay, so we'll mark over here for building. For building, mark means we have to depreciate, and machinery 1 mark, we have to depreciate it. Then again we have to deduct it. So profit and loss, from the building and machinery we have to deduct that much of value. Then bills receivable included dishonored bills. Bills receivable include dishonored bills of rupees 3000. What does this mean? See, bills receivable means somebody had accepted the bills and had promised us that he will repay us, right? He will, and we will receive that much of amount. But he didn't pay, so the amount is dishonored. How much of amount of bills are dishonored? Rupees 3000. Okay, the amount of rupees 3000 the person didn't pay us. So where will be the true recordings? See, that much of amount will get deducted from bills receivable in the asset side, right? Bills receivable asset side. Okay, and one dot we will make over here, bills receivable asset side, and that much of amount will get added to the debtors. Where are the debtors? See, sundry debtors first. Okay, first. Adjustment on the sundry debtors. Okay, because there are two adjustments, because we have to add it. Though the bills has been dishonored, that much amount will get deducted from the bills receivable, but those are still the debtors. Okay, so that amount will get added to the debtors. Plus debtors means added to the debtors. Debtors are there in the asset side. Goods worth rupees 1000 taken by Daya, rupees 1000 taken by Daya for personal use. Okay, what does this mean? Drawings. Goods of rupees 1000 by Daya are drawing, but those were not entered in the books of account. See, the recording of those goods of rupees 1000 which has been taken by Daya for his personal use has not been entered in the books of accounts. So what we have to do? We have to repair it, right? So how we can repair it? That much of amount of goods of rupees 1000 will go to the trading account credit side, because what do we record to the trading account credit side? Goods, closing stock, right? That we hadn't recorded, so we have to add that much amount to the trading account credit side. And where it would be its second effects, partners capital account. Okay, who is the partner? Daya has withdrawn, so that much of amount of 1000 has to be deducted from that partner's capital, because he has withdrawn from the business. Okay, so that much of amount has to be deducted from that partner's capital. And where partner's capital is maintained? In the liability side. Partner's capital is maintained in the liability side. Then write off rupees 1000 as bad debts. See, write off rupees 1000 as bad debts and maintain RDD at 5% on sundry debtors. See, for this what we have to do? write off 1800 as bad debt. So again we have to mention our second entry, right, for the bad debts. In bad debts are the part of sundry debtors, so we have to write off 1800 from sundry debtors, and again we have to maintain RDD on sundry debtors, RDD on sundry debtors. So again third entry on sundry debtors. Okay, so where are the it's another entries? First of all, write off 1800 as bad debts. So profit and loss account, to the bad debts this amount will go as per the formula. As per the formula we have to record this amount of return of bad debts. Okay, and it will also get deducted from the sundry debtors. Okay, that much of amount. Next, goods of rupees 6000. See, this is again important adjustment. Goods of rupees 6000 were sold, but no entry was made in the books of accounts. What does this mean? Goods of rupees 6000 were sold. So first of all, what we have to do? We have to add to the sales. Okay, goods of rupees 6000 to the trading account credit side, and 6000 rupees 6000 good we have sold. So that much of amount of debtors has been raised. See, 6000 amount of debtors are there in the market, but we haven't recorded them. So that much of amount of debtors we have to add. Okay, so against sundry debtors we will have 4 adjustments. Okay, against sundry debtors we will have 4 adjustments, and against see where its second effects trading account credit side. So again says 2 effects of sales. Okay, so these 2 effects of sales will come over here. See, in this way you have to solve first trading account, then profit and loss account, then partners capital account, and then balance sheet. Okay, this is the solution.